And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the eState Revolution Sunday night webinar. We do this every single Sunday night where we go over the new things that are coming out with eState Revolution. We also go over what the platform is all about, how to work it, right? And finding a place that fits for you in the eState platform. Now, we got a lot to cover tonight, so I'm going to jump right into it. Okay, we're going to talk about the new achievement program for investors and agents. All right, we're going to demonstrate the company's legal and transparent structure. We're going to show eEstate's ecosystem and digital footprint, and we're going to include proof of earnings and withdraw and explain the investor career path, 9 tokenized properties. Okay, so a lot of great stuff that we're going to crack into tonight. Before we do, just want to let you know, never invest into any project, anything that you cannot afford to lose. Remember, investments are not guaranteed. No investment is guaranteed, right? And with a crypto investment, that is particularly true because crypto is largely unregulated. There's a lot of freedom there, but that also means that we have to take a lot of responsibility for what we're doing with our crypto. Okay, so having said that, let me get into this new achievement program for investors and agents that they have because this is pretty cool. And we're going to go ahead and share. All right. Let me make sure that I can see everything here. Perfect. All right. So, first and foremost, we will jump into this. This is the achievements program. Okay. And this is going to be 80 achievements are now available for people to get through the eEstate site. Most viewers already earn e-tokens from your past activities with the company, right? And you can also, through doing these achievements, you can claim ETK, right? And I'll tell you what ETK is all about. I'll actually show you. But you see, you open up your achievements, right? And you can get a certain amount of tokens, right? The e-tokens. And like, for example, you've got this complete profile data, purchase tokenized real estate, spin the money wheel one time, make 5 withdrawals, log into your account for 5 consecutive days. And then you got your level 2 achievements all down through level 5. And you get these ETK tokens, right? So let me show you what those are all about. And I'm going to do that by going back to my dashboard. And I will go down here to my dashboard to my money wheel. Okay, you got your money wheel here. And I can go ahead and open that. And you can see that so far I have 438 ETK, right? Just you get ETK basically from anything that you do. Like when you're signing up for this, when you first sign up for the site, when somebody first signs up under you, when purchase your first investment in a property, right? All of that, you get these ETK points. And you basically spin, it's 100 ETK per spin, and you can win up to $1,000. So let's go ahead and spin a couple times. Just for fun. Let's see where we land. Hey, not bad at all, right? $5. Nothing wrong with that. At least I didn't win zero, right? You can win zero. Let me spin again. All right, money, money. Hey, $1.50. I'll take it, right? I want that 1,000 though. Come on, 1,000. Come on, 1,000. Oh, hey, 50 cents. 50 cents. All right, last but not least. Come on. This has got to be the one. And like I said, you get these for all the different type of stuff that you do with the platform. It's just kind of a fun thing that they put on there. All right, another 50 cents. Let me go ahead and go back to my dashboard now, and we can see that my $99 has turned into 112, right? Not too shabby. And then a little later in the webinar, I'll show you how to actually withdraw this, right? So you convert whatever you make in your profits with your assets or your agent profits, you convert it to your wallet, and then you can go ahead and open your wallet and withdraw. And we'll go over all of that. But so basically, that's what this new achievement page is, right? And you got buyer achievements here, and you've got agent achievements. So whether you're a buyer or you're an agent, you can do that. Okay, guys. So and then it'll give you your little stats here. I'm better than 90% of users right now. Hey, well, we don't have a whole lot of users right now, right? The platform's just getting off the ground. Everything's just getting started. But yeah, so that's the new achievement program. Now we're going to move on to the company's legal and transparent structure. Okay, so there's a knowledge base and documentation portion of this, and let me see if I can find it for you real quick. So here's the knowledge base, also known as K-base. All right. So go ahead and go to your K-base and you click on documentation over here, right? So you can see this got the picture of me here. This is my knowledge base. This is me, Vaughn Morrill. I go over to my documentation here on the right-hand side, click that, and I can look at the company certificates. You got the registration certificate. You got the legal entity identifier certificate. You got the partnership certificate with ARDR. You got the contracts and financial report, so on and so forth, right? Lots of documents here, right, for people who like to dig into that. Some people really like to dig into that with these. Other people, it's like, I can take it or leave it. Now let me go ahead and show you this next one. This is going to be from Bloomberg. This is a legal entity identifier, right, or LEI. And here they are, right, the E Estate Group Incorporated. And yeah, so there it is. I mean, we'll go through it here. So they're located in well, they're not located in Panama, but they got their documents in Panama. Why? Because it's easy, right? It's easy to get documentation for a company in Panama. Not a whole lot of restrictions. And yeah, so here's their registration date, things of that nature, validation sources, validation authority ID, so on and so forth, guys. So there is that. And then also you have the agreement with the International Association of Realtors. And there's the 2024 financial report as well, right? Which I don't know. Let me check and see if, yeah. So if you were to open that, you get the annual report and you can go through and read to your heart's content about everything that the company's doing. All right. So you can see they got a lot of stuff going on, and they do have their I's dotted and their T's crossed. I will say that. Um, I've been in a lot of different companies, a lot of different platforms, and I've been in network marketing for going on 10 years now. I've been in sales for over 13 years, right? So I've seen a lot of these, and for this to have all of this documentation is a good sign, right? That it's going to we're hoping that it lasts long term, right? Of course, that's always the hope. Okay. So ecosystem and digital footprint. All right. So for this one, we go over to this Eli Property Company YouTube channel. Now, Eli Property Company is connected to E Estate, right? They're like partners. So E Estate is like the digital branch of the Eli Property Company. And you can see that they've been around for a while, right? I mean, they don't have a whole lot of activity here on YouTube, but you can see that, like for example, this property here in Oregon Shores, this was posted 9 years ago, right? It's got 933 views. I mean, all of these were posted 9 years ago, guys. So this Eli Property Company, you can see it does have a history, right? A multiple year history. Okay, and so that helps. It leads to showing you kind of the history and the digital footprint of where E-Estate comes from. Okay, Eli Property has had over 50 years of real estate experience. All right, now let's see. Here is that. Now, this is the Eli Property domain. Okay, the Eli Property domain, right? And, if you ever want to check an internet domain, you can do that. Main thing we want to see here is this was registered July 1st, 1998. Okay, 1998. That's older than some of my loyal subscribers, right? So yeah, they registered back in 1998, and so what's the rationale behind showing this? Just to show you that they're connected to real estate companies and investors that have been around for a long time, right? So it's not like they've got zero history, right? There is some history there, right? And so that's the idea behind that. Now, we want to look at, moving right along, the proof of earnings and withdrawal. So going back to my dashboard, all right, you see I got 107 in the wallet, right? And like I said, what you do when you want to get money out is, for example, you would go to view your assets. And then if I had anything in here, I would transfer it. And where would it transfer? It would transfer here to my e-wallet inside the platform. Now to transfer it out, I need to go ahead and open the e-wallet. Okay. There's the 107. And I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I will do 107 and this should be withdraw. Yeah. 107. They've saved my wallet in there, which is nice. All right. And then I would have to enter my PIN code, which I'm not going to do, but you enter your PIN code, you click confirm, boom. It goes out of your wallet balance and it goes over to your crypto wallet. Okay, guys. And it's pretty simple, right? So everything is done in-house in the website. Your assets and your passive income from your assets are done in-house right here. You'll receive them here. If you do decide to become an agent, your agent balance will accumulate in-house right here. And then once you want to cash out, hey, you cash it out in-house to your e-wallet right here. Now, the only time it leaves the platform is when it goes from your e-wallet to your crypto wallet, right? Whatever that might be. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. That's the earnings and the withdrawal. Now, some of the meat and potatoes here, guys, that we want to get into, and is the different properties that you can get into for investments. So this is where it really gets interesting, and this is where the large lion's share of the money is to be made in e-estate because you've got different. And let's see, I am going to have to do that. All right, so I had to get this thumbnail out of my way. Let me see if it's still showing me on the screen just to check. It is. Sweet. All right. So, for example, you can invest in these apartments, right? You can see the photos here. You can see information. These apartments happen to be in downtown Seattle, right? If you want to go and Google it, you can, right? I've done that. And you get an opportunity to get into the profit on these apartments in Seattle for $117, right? Which is awesome. So now with this one, you're going to get a profit per day of 0.41% to 0.61%, right? For a period of 8 months. Okay. And then after the 8 month period is over, you no longer get that daily profit. What you then get is you get 10% annually. Okay, so you've got your growth period of 8 months where you're getting 0.41 to 0.61% a day. And then after that 8 month period, it converts into a 10% annual return. How long? For life. Okay, for a lifetime. This is a really unique way that they are doing this, and they're doing it in such a way as to be as conservative as possible that you can be with something like this, right? And still also be able to give people a reward, right, for what they're putting into it. I see a couple of chats coming in, guys, and I will get to those at the end. So let me go ahead and get through the presentation here, and then I will answer any questions that you guys have in the chat. Now, you have other properties you can get into. You can get into houses, right? This is what I have. I'm involved in these houses. This, for example, is an oceanfront home that they have, and you can get in for $480 or more, right? I got in for $1,000, so I have $1,000 invested into these houses, right? You get 0.46% through 0.666% a day. The payback period is 8 months, right? And then after that, you convert to a 10% per year annually, right? For life. What's the 10% on? It's on your investment amount, right? It's on your investment amount. So if I never get another investment ever, then I'm going to have a lifetime $100 a year coming in. Okay? After I've made my fast return from the 8 month period. Villas, 0.51 to 0.71% a day, 7 month payback period. You got to get in for 31.20. After that, you get 10% annually. Tourism, 0.56% through 0.76% a day, 6 month payback period. After that, you get 10% annually. Commerce, 0.61 through 0.81% a day, 6 month payback period. After that, it converts to 10% annually. You have to get in for at least $10,270 to invest in some of the commerce, right? I've had some of these commerce investments in the past with other opportunities, different companies, and it's always fun getting into a commercial building. I had a couple of gas stations at one point that I had a stake in. All right. So once you get past commerce, you get into business. Now, here's where you have to be level two or higher, right? And we'll talk about the levels in just a second. Okay. But once you hit that level two, you can get into the business for 24,590. You get 0.66% a day through 0.86% a day, 6 month payback period. Then you get the 10% annual yield after that. Land plots, level three, $51,310 to get in, 0.71 through 0.91% a day, 5 month payback period. Then you switch to your 10% annually. Development, you got to come in for almost 100,000 and you got to have level four access, right? And that's going to be on the investor career path that I'm going to show you in just a second. 99,250 to get in, 0.75% through 0.95% a day, right? 5 month payback period, then you convert over to your annual 10%. Last but not least, you got business development, $250,000, guys, $255,700. At that point, you're making $2,301 a day. You get 0.8 through 1% per day for 5 months. So that's great, right? And so if you look at this per year, it's 575,000, right? So it's a very lucrative investment. $50,000 a month payback on that one. But like I said, you got to be up at level five at that point to do that. Then after that, you get your 10% yearly, right, on that, which is going to be $25,000 and some change. That's if you get it at this amount. Now, this is for buyers, guys. And this is a lot of new information that I'm sharing with you tonight. So if you guys need to watch it over, hey, go to my YouTube channel, right? The E-Estate Revolution YouTube channel, or you can go to the Unlimited Freedom Network YouTube channel, which if you don't have the links for those for whatever reason, I can always share them with you. Yeah, but most people know how to get to those channels already. You can always watch the replays. Every single webinar that we do every Sunday night is packed with information, and it's never the same from week to week because this is a constantly growing, constantly changing, constantly evolving organization, right? So there really is a lot of great information in those webinars, and I highly encourage you guys to check it out on that YouTube page. All right, so for buyers, buy vetted properties and earn hassle-free income, which we've been talking about. You got the convenience. You got the regular income. You got the ownership rights, right? You got the investment process overview. Okay. Now here's where we want to really get into the sauce on this. These are the buyer levels. Expand your real estate potential. So you start as a 1L starter buyer, right? You can gain access to apartments, houses, villas, tourism, and commercial investment turnover from $100, right? Once you've got an investment turnover of between 10,000 and 25,000, you get to access businesses, skilled buyer level two, right? This is all still on the passive side, right? I haven't even talked about the opportunities on the agent side. Professional buyer, right? That's your third level. You have to have an investment turnover of 25,000 through 50K, and you get access to the land plots. Elite buyer, that's your fourth level. You have to have a turnover of 50 through 150,000. You get access to the development properties. Exclusive buyer, above 150,000 investment turnover, and there you can get access to their business development. So what this is, guys, is this is a roadmap for people who just want to deal with the passive income side of it and they want to put their money to work for them and they don't necessarily want to share the opportunity and reap the benefits of the agent side. Now, of course, I'm a businessman, so I would always recommend that everybody become an agent because I think it's only cost $9 a month, and then you get just richly rewarded by e-estate whenever you share the opportunity, right? And if you guys haven't had a chance to join and you need my link, you can definitely do that. Now, and I'll share that in the chat. You can also get it on the YouTube channels. Okay, my main thing for this is just to give you information, right? I'm not really trying to sell you anything at this point, but I'm trying to give you information about what this company is all about. And it's up to you whether you want to pull the trigger on it or not. If somebody else invited you to this webinar, then don't use my link. Okay, use their link. because they got you hip to the program, so they deserve your loyalty and for you to go ahead and sign up under them. And then when you bring people in, they'll sign up under you, right? And you get commission for that. We'll talk about that in a second. But you've also got to take advantage of unique features, designs to boost your earnings even further. You got the task system and you got the money wheel. I showed you the money wheel. And then I also touched on the task system as well. As you get certain things done, you get ETK tokens. Then you can take those ETK tokens and go and spend them on the money wheel. Right? And so that's how that works, guys. So when you do create an account, you have to make be sure that you're ready to KYC, right? There is a KYC process when you join this, and you'll have to have your cell phone and your laptop computer because you'll have barcodes and things like that that you'll have to copy. But once you get in, man, it is a very, very rewarding platform. Okay, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm really enjoying it. So let me go over to the agents page and just touch on a couple of things here, okay? So a ton of agents here, guys. And once you become an agent, you can go ahead and get your agent page posted up on here as well. So this is all the different agents that are part of this process, that are part of the company. I wanted to see something here. All right, let me go to my eEstate folder here. Here we go. The eEstate agent presentation. All right, so here's the commission structure, guys. If you become an agent, you get commission on 8 levels. First level, you get 6%. That means whatever somebody gets underneath you, the dollar amount that they pay for their investment, you get a bonus of 6% commission on that, right? So, and that's the eEstate pays that to you for bringing in that new client, right? Now, the second level means that you didn't bring that person in, you brought somebody in, and then they brought somebody in. So you didn't actually do the work at that point, they did, but you still get paid 2%. Third level, that person, right? You can see how it goes down and it expands. It's a great opportunity, right? Especially as the company is growing. 2% on the third level, 2% on the fourth level, 2% on the fifth level, sixth, seventh, eighth, 1%. I mean, there is the sky is the limit, right? On the type of a network that can be built with that type of a structure. That's why I think it's worth it to become an agent. So I do both, right? I have investment in the houses, a small investment, and then I also am on the agent side. I do the webinars like this, and I share my videos on YouTube and things of that nature, right? But there's a ton of different ways to share platforms, you know. Now this is a game changer. On top of the deal commission, you also get profit commission. Okay, so you get 5% on the first level of their profits. Now, you're not taking away their profits, they're getting their full profits, but the company matches you 5% on their profit. Boom. I mean, that is crazy to me. Because if you think about all the investment that people can get into with the project, if you've got a big team, right, and you're bringing in a lot of different investments and a lot of different people are getting in, you're not only going to be getting this commission, but you're going to be getting profit commission so that every time they profit, you get a bonus commission from that. 5% on the first level, 2% on the second, 2% on the third, 1% on the fourth, 1% on the fifth, guys. So I've never really seen I've never seen this exact type of layout that they have here at eEstate, right? It's very cool. You know, we've been working on it for a long time, right, behind the scenes. And you know, it's now here, it's launched, it's live, and we're growing, right? So I definitely invite you to become part of that and part of that team, right? Part of that growth. All right, so we just got some good chats here. Daryl says amazing, right? Siu Tanji with the fire emojis. Daryl says this platform is fire. It absolutely is. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I hope that that was informative for you tonight. There's a lot of great stuff going on all the time with the estate. If you need anything, guys, just reach out. You know where to find me, and we'll see you guys at the next webinar. Take care.